My best friend took my virginity after getting drunk, but he believed I had deliberately set him up for his family's wealth, so when his mother forced him to marry me, he was intimate with his girlfriend in front of me and demanded I stay away from him. Heartbroken, I left the country, but I never imagined my departure would send him into a spiral. 5 years later, when he saw me again, he was stunned to discover I was with a child who looked exactly like him. I walked up to the altar, took a deep breath, and stood face to face with Alexander. He stepped closer to me. "Are you happy now?" he asked. I shook my head vigorously. "I can explain, Alexander. This was a mistake, I think," he interrupted with a forced smile. I bit my lip, unable to respond. "You're not drunk, Marion," he continued. I looked at him, tears welling up in my eyes. This was the first time he called me by my full name, instead of the usual Annie. "Why are you doing this to me? Why are you ruining everything? What kind of friend are you?" he asked through gritted teeth, though no one else was around to hear. "I hope you're happy now," he said, stepping away from me and signaling for the priest to continue. Alexander hadn't come here voluntarily. He was forced by his mother, who had threatened to end her life if he didn't comply. The priest continued with the ceremony, reciting vows, exchanging rings, and finally declaring us husband and wife. When it was time for the kiss, Alexander walked straight out of the church. At least his friends weren't there, and no one knew about the marriage. He ignored his mother's calls, left the hall, and got into his car, telling the driver where to go. At 8 p.m. that evening, I arrived at the new mansion gifted to us by Mrs. Skarsgård for our wedding. I took a deep breath and walked toward the house, only to be shocked by the sight of Alexander and his girlfriend Elena sharing a passionate kiss. "Alexander," I called out, trying to keep my voice steady and not let the tears fall. "Oh, Marion, what a surprise." Elena noticed me and said, "Baby, I'll see you tomorrow, okay?" "I need to talk to Marion," Alexander said, and Elena nodded in understanding. "All right, good night," Elena said, kissing him on the lips before leaving the mansion. Alexander turned to me. "You called me," he said as he walked over. "Is it because of the kiss we were supposed to share at the altar? Do you still want it?" Alexander asked, pressing me against the wall, attempting to kiss me. I resisted and pushed him away. "Why? You weren't drunk that night, and you took advantage of me. Since this is what you wanted, why are you backing out now? Do we still need to sleep together?" he demanded. I broke free from him and slapped him across the face. "I told you it was a mistake. Why don't you believe me?" I shouted, tears streaming down my face. Alexander let out an irritated laugh. "A misunderstanding? Or maybe you just want a piece of my late father's company? Doesn't it look that way?" he said. "What?" I gasped, hating the thought that anyone would think I was with him for his wealth. "Is this what you call a marriage?" Alexander sneered. "If you don't want to hear more hurtful words, stay away from me. Let's just avoid each other," he added. I took off my wedding ring through tears and threw it across the room. "I didn't want this either. If you think I'm after your money, I'm so disappointed in you. Alex, I thought you knew me. But it seems like only I was invested in this friendship. I'll stay away from you. Just as you want. I promise I'll hide myself as much as I can so you won't find me," I said, turning to leave, but stopped at the door. "I'm Marion Corell, not Skarsgård. Don't forget, I was never really your wife. I'm sorry for ruining you," I said as I walked out of the house, tears falling. 5 years passed since I left on our wedding night. That night, Alexander thought I was just talking, but